Hi everyone. In this video, let's see. Okay, in this video, let's see. Oh, come on. Okay, in this video, let's see about the current affairs. The source that I actually used while clearing SBI PO is Cloud Affairs. It is actually available in mobile version in Play Store and also PC version in website. You can utilize any of the both, which you prefer. First, I used the mobile version, but slowly I have switched to the PC version, which is more compatible comparison to the mobile version. How to take the notes effectively? Let's see in this video. Before seeing how to take the notes effectively, let me say one more thing. Actually, in my SBI clerk mains, which is the recent one, I have attempted more than 25 plus current affairs and I have got around 22 plus right. I think which is decent, not best. So now let's see how did I take current affairs effectively. So let's see how to use Carrier Cloud in the desktop version. Just search Carrier Cloud in your website and you can see a Carrier Cloud here and just go to the My Courses and you can see the free here. Just click on the free, wait for it to load and scroll down to the bottom. Here you can see the current affairs in English. Just go to this here. Okay, now let's say the 21st March. Today is 21st March. Let's get to the current affairs one. Here you can see the news of national news. Here, how you can take the notes is like you don't want to fully write everything around there. What I will recommend is just read the news and you can see every key points have been covered within the news. Here you can see the full news, which will be an elaborated version. If you really have enough time, then you can go through this, and if you find any here, see the recent related news which is actually involving SBI. So these are the news you can also take note if you need it. How I will exactly take notes in this is like here you can see the Ministry of Rural Development. Fine. I don't elaborately write everything. If I see an MOU, then I will put an arrow mark. For those who have been reading current affairs for a very long time, they know what is the full form of and the abbreviation of DAY NRLM. Say most people will write DAY NRLM. If you remember, you don't remember, it is your first time, then you just obviously you have to write it. And no worries, it slowly will get down into your mind. And you can see what are the MOEs they have signed. And this is how you need to take notes of the current affairs. There will be lot of newses, but one important tip that I have to give is you don't want to read the appointments and resignation of global leaders of other countries. This includes the PM and president of countries like the Norway, Switzerland, etc. Here you can see this is Russia. And I seen most of the times these news will not be come in exam. So you can avoid these questions alone. But the appointments and resignation of important things that is happening in India should always be covered by you. And in important organizations like the ADB, World Bank will always happen. And that you need to always take notes. Note this point again carefully. The country's president or PM can be avoided. If you really wish to write it down, it is not a problem. But if you want to save some time in your preparation, then you can use this method, which I actually do to save my time. The next thing I can also see is new species will be discovered by the scientists. And that news also you can avoid. And you can see, you can also avoid the obituary news. Mostly I have never seen obituary news coming in the examination. You want to increase your knowledge, then you can read this news. As I have previously said, if you want to save your time, then you can surely avoid this news too. And most of the other news will be easy and simple, so you can read them. And days will be also be coming in your examination. While reading days, read the themes of the days very carefully, because if you are preparing for more than 2 or 3 years, then the themes will actually confuse you. This feedback I have got from a candidate who has been preparing for more than 2 or 3 years. When you look at the options in the mains examination, there will be option of the theme of the previous year. So you will actually get the confusion. So please avoid that. Now here you can see the short forms and the headlines of the news that you have read. You can use this to just revise what you have read. That's how you need to take the notes in current affairs. So now you have seen how I have taken the notes while preparing for the current affairs. So will it be actually enough? While consulting with a lot of friends who has already been to the mains examination, who has utilized only the source of cloud affairs, they say they take a attempt of only 5 to 10, which is on an average, during their mains examination. So what is the key takeaway here is the cloud affairs source is alone not enough to crack the examination. So what are the other sources that I have used? I will say right now. First of all, I have to clarify one thing. I actually take these handwritten notes from cloud affairs only. But the first thing you have to understand is the current affairs is a really vast portion. So cloud affairs can't cover every current affairs possible. So you need to rely on other sources that are available in the YouTube to make your knowledge in current affairs still more effective. The first source that I'm going to say is Kapil Katpal's marathon video. Before going to the exam like the SBI clerk means, this sir will actually post marathon of last 6 months or 4 months, which will be actually in details and not in MCQ types, which will actually help you to read every current affairs that you have read more deep, and he will also highlight the key points, which will actually gives a clear perspective of how to read a current affairs. So this is the first source. And the second source that I'm going to say is Current Affairs by Sheetal Ma'am from Oliver Board. This will be mostly of the MCQ types which you can actually rely on. And the third one is Cloud Affairs, which is actually in English version. This will actually help you in remembering all the current affairs that you have written in hand notes and revise them effectively. He will also give some other insights in the current affairs. Then the fourth source, you actually know this, the MCQs by Ashish Gautam sir from ADA. This will be of mostly weekly, monthly. The preference is always yours. So apart from this, what are all the things that you can do is, let's say one time I had a doctor appointment and I have waited for more than 30 minutes before attending the doctor. So what I have done during this 30 minutes is I used sources like the ADA application which has free current affairs, and I actually use these 30 minutes effectively by putting mini marks and analyzing them. So other things you can do is you can actually rely on the test packages that you have bought, and you can use sectional marks if you are really scoring low in current affairs, then you can use sectional marks. So these are the sources that I actually use to help me to improve my current affairs mark in the mains examination. So let's say your exam is somewhere around the October. Then you have to read the last 3 months current affairs very deeply. Let's say in the one of the exam, I saw a question like everybody knows the Batma awardee. There was 132 last year, but most of the people don't know how many men's, how many women's, how many posthumous, how many foreigners in the award. So that's where many people has don't know, and that's how the question was framed during the examination. That's how deep you need to study the current affairs. My recommendation would be studying for 6 months. Some people will say you to read about 8 months, but 6 months will be more than enough. And revision is very important. During Sundays, there will be no current affairs will be posted, and utilize that time very usefully, and study weekly all the current affairs. And at the end of the month, take a lot of quizzes as you can. Try to do a lot of mocks. Will you take mock at any website? If you see that questions are really new, then try to write down the questions and revise them properly. This will be actually helpful in cracking the examination. And I have also seen the general awareness session. My marks has been slowly improved while I try to do this. You can also try this. And finally, the time at which I mostly read these current affairs is in the morning. And how I exactly utilize all these sources, you can refer my daily routine video. I have actually seen many of the aspirants saying reading current affairs is the tough part. Just understand one thing, current affairs is going to be a game changer in your mains examination. You actually can show a lot of difference between you and other people in current affairs. They say it takes 21 days to make a habit, but what I say it is wrong. Actually, it doesn't take 21 days to form a habit. You work consistently, hard, and disciplined, then it will take only 7 days for you to form this habit of reading current affairs. In the 8th day, you can actually do it continuously. So these are the tips that I'm going to give to you in reading current affairs. Do it consistently, and surely you can score a lot of marks in current affairs. If you have any other questions, drop it down in the comments. Like this video because it will motivate us to do a lot of videos, and subscribe to our channel if you want more contents like this. So good luck in preparing for the current affairs.